It started with a chat, just a few of us there, talking about life and the stuff we all share. From kids to chaos and the mess we make, we bonded over laughs and every mistake. From bad hair days to a joke or two, no topic was off limits, nothing taboo. We laughed till we cried, had each other's backs. A sisterhood formed in the middle of tracks. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From late night texts to early morning calls, we've been through it all, big and small. From talking fashion to the crazy stuff, we got each other's backs when life gets tough. We send memes and pics of the day gone wrong and the occasional "can you believe this song?" We share everything, no secrets to keep, like a wild dream that we never want to sleep. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From Tennessee, where the music plays, to sweet tea nights and lazy days. From England's hills to the country roads, our sisterhood's a bond that forever grows. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. Through the highs and the lows, we've been there. When the world feels heavy, we just don't care. We're loud, we're bold, we're a little bit wild, but always there for each other, with hearts so mild. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leanie, the eclipse is to blame, but truly the Lord brought us together, and we'll never be the same. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leanie, the eclipse is to blame, but truly the Lord brought us together, and we'll never be the same. From the highs and the lows, we've been there. When the world feels heavy, we just don't care. We're loud, we're bold, we're a little bit wild, but we're always there for each other, with hearts so mild. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leanie, the eclipse is to blame, but truly the Lord brought us together, and never be the same. It started with a chat, just a few of us there, talking about life and the stuff we all share. From kids to chaos and the mess we make, we bonded over laughs and every mistake. From bad hair days to a joke or two, no topic was off limits, nothing taboo. We laughed till we cried, had each other's backs. A sisterhood formed in the middle of tracks. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Maggie. 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 Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it so much. Hold on just a second. Let me take care of this real quick. Okay. Okay, Max. Okay. Welcome everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it so much. So much. And say hey to everybody in chat. This is from me and Mags. She's having to handle something right now. And she'll tell us about it when she gets here, I'm sure. If not, then, just say a quick prayer for whatever's going on there. Hey, MJD, look at there. The FBI is in the house. Miss Barbara, the matriarch, is here too. Lizzo, the MVP of looking over people's lives and giving us her take on them. Love that here. Jamie's here. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Am I missing anybody? Whoever else is here up there in the naked bushes, welcome. Let's take a pause for the cause. Y'all hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. Nobody cares here. Just hit something so that the algorithm knows that you did something with this channel. There we go. That's good. Yeah, I don't think it really matters, but they say, that hitting the like pushes you out into the algorithm. Well, I'm testing the theory. So if you want to hit the unlike, you do you. I'm not offended, and I don't even see who hits the unlike. So if you're ever in some creators chat and you don't like what you're seeing and you feel like hitting the unlike, hit the unlike. None of us ever know. Never shows. It used to show. It doesn't anymore. DT True Love, which is Jamie, says, this case is so sad. Been following it from the beginning. It is very sad. It's, I don't like, honestly, I don't like doing cases that are in the news right now because I'm not a true crime creator. I like true crime, but I'm not a true crime creator. I'm an everything creator. There's nothing that's off limits or off topic here as long as we can be respectful and be adults with it, right? So I knew that it's big time in the news right now. A lot of the true crime channels are covering it. I mean, nobody needs to hear what I think. And then this morning, some of us were in Discord, and Maggie and I were talking with Mel and Melly Joe from Australia. Which thank you everybody for sending your birthday wishes to Melly Joe. I appreciate that so much. And I know she does too. It's nice. It's nice when people remember you. Anyways, we were really we had gotten down and dirty in it and went probably 2 hours into this case. And Maggie was like, Lena, we got to cover it. We got to cover it. We got to talk about it. Let's talk about it. So here we are. This is what we're doing. Maggie, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I had everyone. Yeah, I'm a bit as usual. I had everything all organised. I said I was going to get on early. I was going to pull something up to show you. We were going to write notes. Oh, we were going to do it all. Said professional because we're a professional channel, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there tonight, guys. I'll tell you this dead quick because there's loads about this case now. Oh my God, my brains. I love it. I've been following it to the T. Anyway, so I'm sitting here tonight and I'm looking at my dog, Jessie. She has a problem with her eye. And I'm like looking at it going, something that doesn't look right. It didn't look like it had gone blind like last time, but it just didn't look right. It looked like it was protruding. So I thought, oh my God. So a text because they said, if I notice anything, I've got to get into them an emergency. Anyway, gets in, he takes it in them, does this eye test on it, and the pressure behind her eye is 51. Now, when we very first went, it was 48. So they says, well, obviously you've got to be prepared. She's going to lose this eye. So this is the last medication she can have before they say there's just no point carrying on. What they want us to do, they gave us drops for 1 week that didn't work at all. And then these ones that she's on now was brilliant. It made her eye look like it was normal again. But as I say, it's protruding. So they told us we've got to use the two of them together and we've got to go back again on Monday. They're really concerned. Her allergies are off again, so I've had to go online and order stuff to get it quick. And that's why I'm just a little bit out. I've only just got it. I've been home, I'd say 10 minutes. We were in there and the little dog was getting put to sleep. So they put a candle up and a sign to ask everyone to be quiet in respect for the people, you know what I mean? So we were there near 2 hours waiting. So that's why I'm a bit like up the wall. So I apologise for that, Lee. I did send you some messages in the back chat, but I don't think you've seen them.
Yeah, I saw him, and that's why I was like, okay, so we just waited.
Okay, so that's what's happening at the minute.
So first, we want to give lots of love to Jessie and to Maggie, and I agree with JB. Maggie and her dog Jessie should be a reality show because they're suspenseful. Your life together, yours and Jessie's life together would really make a great movie. But we love little Jessie here and we love our animals here. We are big animal loving community. And Jessie's been a part of this group since day one, as well as pretty much the rest of all of our animals. We've actually had to put down a couple of our animals since we've been together, and we've brought new babies into our home. And so they're like family to us. So if you can remember little Jessie, because I believe we should pray for our animals. Remember little Jessie in your prayers, that whatever God has in store for Jessie, that Jessie will come out of it with flying colors, and Maggie's heart will quit thumping so hard, because Maggie's a real worrier about her baby, as we all are. So
thanks anyway, everyone. I appreciate
we love you guys. There's a couple announcements I want to make really quick before we get started into this. First, I want to thank the most wonderful channel manager, Lunch Lady, our Lunchy, who I know is listening to us, you guys. She's got her baby. She's got her grandbaby. She went in and she made a bunch of, not a bunch, but she redid most of our emojis for our memberships. So you guys check those out. They're really cool. I didn't know anything about it. I was going to work out some membership stuff, and I saw them and I had to approve them. So, I love them so much, except for one, and you guys will understand which one it is. So if you're a member, check them out. High hopes. If you want to become a member, that's up to you. We don't push that around here. You could do it if you want to. You could do it if you don't want to. Nobody cares. We just use the membership to make sure that we pay for our StreamYard so we can keep going live on this and bring you content like what we're going to bring you today, where we can actually show things and bring things up and actually have open panels as well. So if you want to get in on that, you go ahead and get in on that. I have all intents and purposes of at least doing a video a week, just with me doing me, Leanie crap, unless Maggie wants to do one together.
Let me know.
That for the members, because the last 2 or 3 that I did, I cammed up. So nobody needs to see all of that. So you have to pay to see that, even if it's 99 cents. Nobody cares. There are different tiers on there, but none of them mean a damn thing. We had to test um, YouTube out, and we found that they fucked us. So I don't care which tier you use, everybody gets the same thing. So I even told the ladies who are at the highest tier, which is $4.99, if you want to drop down to the 99-cent one, we don't care around here. We really don't. Now, some of my members will tell you they care, and I appreciate their love for me. Eventually, though, I would like to have enough members that we can go back to YouTube Premiere, Prime, where you get a lot more stuff. We don't have to worry about our, me and Maggie making all this noise to get through the
Just
commercials and
yeah.
shit like that. And there's a lot more to do if you are on premium, and more music is opened up to you, and just it's really good. We had it for a while when our channel first started growing, and there was more money coming into it. And then I finally just had to stop it because it gets expensive. It gets expensive. Hi, Peggy. Good to see you. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow.
And the other thing I want to say is I want to send a huge shout out to our very own Lulu here. Y'all, I don't, without giving anything away, it's, I don't know a whole lot, to tell you the truth, but I feel in my spirit, and I think everybody who's close to Lulu has mentioned a little bit about it, but I feel in my spirit that Lulu is going through something. I don't know what. I don't know. I didn't ask. Lulu, now I understand that she's in Australia, so this time of day, Lulu would not be in chat, but you could always count on Lulu to leave messages to us, or tell me she's rewatching, or just pops in really quick when she's not supposed to be here. She's supposed to be at work, and say, I can't stay, but I'm listening. But I can just tell that Lou needs our prayers for whatever reason. I don't know. And it's none of my business. And I'm not going to ask. If she feels like sharing it, she will. So if you notice somebody that's not here that you're used to seeing all the time, I guarantee you something's going on in their life. So let's just, if you believe in the power of prayer, shout her out.
I spoke to Lulu, and she does need some prayers, guys. So
okay.
Just give it a little prayer, please.
So Cooey, thank you, Hopes. Cooey to our Lulu. Purple Zombies is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Maggie, why don't we get right into it? Let's get right into it. We've got some things to cover. We do miss Lulu.
So I just want to ask the chat.
I have to put this up. Look at Miss Barbara.
JB, don't want to kick your ass. Tell her, Miss Barbara.
Oh, Miss Barbara is listen, that's the matriarch of our channel. And she's going to take out the FBI. Now, I would pay for that. I'd pay to watch that. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get right into it.
Okay.
Maggie, I think everybody's been watching this case. I think there's not a person on this earth.
If there's anybody that hasn't.
What says you, chat? Is there anybody in this chat that has no idea who Nancy Guthrie is at this point? Double streaming. I know, Mary Jane Doe. But sometimes nobody chats. And there you go, Hopes. Yeah, y'all jump right in there and check out the new our new emojis for the memberships. Oh, I love them. Lunchy did them for us, and I'm so grateful. All right.
JB says, okay, this is a tough one. We don't have all the info. Well,
right.
I'm going to tell you, but I watched it on another channel when it was live. And there's...
You could tell him which one. He's our favorite. Go ahead.
It's the interview room, and it's Chris McDonough.
It's Chris McDonough, y'all.
So it's with Dr. Ricardo, right? So we've got a cop, and we've got someone who analyzes the brain and what's going on. He gets in the brain of people. So I'm going to pull it up now, and the two of them are conversing about it. But first, I'm only seeing that JB is the one saying she doesn't know about it. So everyone else, can you put a 1 in the chat if you know about this case?
One's in the chat, people. One's in the chat.
No tigers, just ones.
No tigers, just ones. Let's go. Everybody has a 1. Hit the 1, people.
Yeah, give us a 1.
Thank you, Lizzo.
About it.
Thank you.
Good job. You know about it, JB. You just don't know the full.
Oh, JB knows about it. The FBI knows what's going on, people. Thank you, Jack. Thank you so much. We're getting there with what we have to be put in the chat.
So, do you want to go with what you first thought, Lee?
Why don't we do a background? Let's do a background, just refresh our memories of what's come out recently, and then we'll talk about it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all for putting those ones in the chat. Let me see. I've got a lot of tabs open up, so we will just get to, I typed in who she was and the latest on it for today. If one of the mods would not mind putting our thing in the chat. Hold on. I hate trying to do all this when I'm talking because I can't talk and type and click at the same time. Would you guys do me a favor and put the
well, I've just
copyright
the screen there, so it just says open panel tonight. Share thoughts and theories. Let's stay on topic, just in case we get gabbing and it goes off a bit, doesn't it? And then, so if we can all stay on topic if we're on panel. So if anyone's willing to come up and share what they think is going on, what's happening, anything to do with the case, that'll be brilliant once we open the panel. So if you're talking about it, and come up and let us know, because it is really good when you hear other people's sides. Like Leanie put 2 things to me and it's making me think, do you know what I mean? So yeah.
All right, so let's back this up just a little bit. Let's get what latest we've heard today on it, and then a little bit about what's happened. Thank you for putting our fair use in, Lizzo. Appreciate it so much. It's the Fair Use Disclaimer Copyright Act of 1976 gives allowance for this content to be used for purposes of criticism, comment, news, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And y'all don't come at me, those that don't know us very well around here. We are not monetizing this. The only reason I am not monetizing this live is because I don't like to monetize. I don't like to get even $1 off of somebody's tragedy that is still in the works. Now, if we talk about old true crime cases where I'm doing all of the research, Maggie's doing all the research, all of the mods are doing all the research, then heck yeah, we're going to pay for some StreamYard with that. But I just want you guys to know that this stream is not monetized. All right, let me go over here and just read this out really quick. And then I'll have Maggie do the timeline for us. There were a couple timelines. You guys are going to find some discrepancies. There are a couple timelines that be given out. We're going to read the latest timeline. Our source on this is the Arizona Republic. This was posted today at 11:55 their Eastern Standard Time. So that was my time. Okay. This is a picture of her. How old it is, I do not know. All right, but I think we've all seen the picture. It will now be 6 days since the mother of Today Show co-host, Savannah Guthrie, was last seen. Nancy Guthrie, 84, was last seen on January 31st at her residence in Catalina Foothills, a community north of Tucson. And I think Miss Barbara, who's our matriarch here, actually lives in the Tucson area as well. And I think she told me
Thinking
you
that today.
pronounce this, I think you pronounce this Pima County. Her disappearance has generated national attention, including from President Donald Trump, who called Savannah Guthrie on February the 4th to pledge support. He told her that every resource was available as needed. Investigators have not identified any persons of interest, and Nancy Guthrie's health is in imminent danger after going several days without vital medications. They are talking to a wide range of people who have been in the home before, including an Uber driver who drove Nancy Guthrie to her daughter Annie Guthrie's home for dinner on January the 31st. The driver has been very open and not under suspicion, according to the Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos. Ransom notes were being reviewed by the Pima County Sheriff's Department for legitimacy. We're going to talk about that too. The update as of today at 11:55 my time, Eastern Standard Time, is the ransom letters were received by TMZ and a Tucson-based outlet, KOLD TV, and KGUN. They demanded millions of dollars in Bitcoin for the Guthrie's return. There has been no proof of life and no follow-up communication connected to the ransom letters. According to the FBI special agent in charge, Heath, I think it's Jank or Janky, the ransom letter also mentioned two deadlines. There's so much I could say, but I'm going to keep reading. One at 5 p.m. on February the 5th. Obviously, that deadline has already come and gone. And another one, the next deadline that was given is for February the 9th.
Monday, yeah.
And today is the 6th, so Monday. An arrest has been made in connection with an imposter ransom demand. It was revealed that at 5:32 p.m. on Saturday, January the 31st, Nancy Guthrie took an Uber to her daughter Annie Guthrie's home. Family members had taken the 84-year-old back to her home after dinner, and Nancy Guthrie's garage door opened at 9:48 p.m., then closed about 2 minutes later. The doorbell camera was disconnected at 1:47 a.m., and the software detected a person on camera at 2:12 a.m., but no video is available. Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker app lost connection to her phone at 2:28 a.m. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos said during a February 5th news conference. Relatives checked on Nancy Guthrie at 11:56 a.m. when she was absent from church, which is unusual. I have questions about that too. A few minutes later, she was reported missing to the police. We're actively looking at everybody we come across in this case, Nano said on February 5th. We would be irresponsible if we didn't talk to everybody. The Uber driver, the gardener, the pool person, whoever, and everybody. The FBI announced a $50,000 reward for information leading to Nancy Guthrie's recovery and or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. I'm going to stop right there. I think we know who she is. She is the mother of a very well-known person, Savannah Guthrie, who is on the Today Show every day. Savannah Guthrie was also a colleague of the true crime community because when she first started out as in her world of reporting, she started out in true crime. She worked actually with Nancy Grace and with I could see her face. What's her name? What's her name? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Son of a biscuit eater. Y'all know. Anyways, before she made the transition over to the Today Show, she did work for Court TV, and she Banfield, that's who it is. Thank you, Ashley Banfield. So they all know each other because that's where she started her career at. And then she hit the jackpot, you guys. The Today Show was one of the leading shows in America where you make the most money doing any kind of reporting. I mean, she's making the big bucks. So that's how this case came into play. Let's see. We know she lives in the Catalina foothills near Tucson, Arizona. Savannah Guthrie, we've already talked about that. Why was Nancy Guthrie abducted? A motive behind the alleged kidnapping is still unknown. If it is unknown if Nancy Guthrie was targeted or if this was a random, Nanos told reporters on February the 3rd. The Pima County Sheriff's Department said on February 4th that investigators had not identified a suspect or person of interest. So what says everybody in chat about that one? Anybody got any thoughts on that? Let's see. I don't have a freaking clue. And I've listened to most of it, including Megan and Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Mary Jane says, I can't even imagine my mama being kidnapped. I would lose my mind. Yes. Peggy says, all of the world is a stage. Banfield, thank you for helping me out there. And lots of distraction stories, just saying. Listen, Peggy, I'm going to say this real quick. When I was talking to Melly Joe and to Maggie this morning, I said that this case is so freaking weird to me that I could see how people who believe in conspiracies could actually say this never happened because it's that nutty. It's so nutty. Hope says, who brought her home? I'm going to, did they walk to her door? Were the cameras and other people in the houses? At other people's houses. So I'm going to show you guys this, and then I'm going to let Maggie take over for a minute and bring up what she knows about it. I found, I don't remember who. We can look on here and see. I want to share this with you. This is the video. This is a video, you guys. Can you see it, Mags?
Yep. It's very small, so you'll have to make it big.
Okay. So I found this video of the drive from her daughter's house that night to back to her house. This is the way they would have had to take it. Watch Nancy Guthrie's route home before disappearance. This is a short. It's only a minute long. So I'm going to try to make it as big as I can. And this is the drive. You guys pay attention to the landscaping around and the drives. It's in fast motion, right? Because it's only a little over a minute long. But just pay attention to the terrain. This is what we're talking about. These houses were so far apart that there's not going to, there's, and the way Miss Barbara was telling us that the houses are so far apart, at least an acre in between them, behind them, in front of them, both sides of them. And the way that the landscaping is done, that there would be no way that the neighbors' cameras from next door would be able to pick up something like what our cameras would do, right? And so when Miss Barbara said that, of course, I was like, oh, I'm going to go check that shit out. Y'all, I went, I pulled up the aerial coverage, and then I found this. And I was like, damn, there is, unless the neighbors are totally got it sky high and pointing on her house for some reason, their cameras are not.
Mention a car that's being seen, that was hanging around, that's being brought up. That's the only thing.
So let's watch this. This is Fox News, you guys. I don't know who from Fox News is the one that did this route, but this is the route that she had taken from, I think, her daughter's home back to her home. So here we go.
I'm going to show you some video from our Fox News digital team. This is a sped up version of the likely and the shortest route home that Nancy Guthrie took with her family on Saturday night, the last time she was seen alive. Okay, you see some words on the screen that kind of helps you a little bit. Here's what we understand about the route, just for our audience at home. It's 4.3 miles. Without traffic, it's 11 minutes, Dana. There are some speed bumps along the way, a few major intersections, but it's mostly residential back roads. Based on what the sheriff was saying the other day, Nancy Guthrie, the mom, had dinner with her daughter, Annie, and her son-in-law, Tommaso Cioni, I believe is how they say. That was on Saturday evening. And then the son-in-law dropped Nancy Guthrie off at the home and made sure that she made it inside. That was around 9:30 or 9:45 on Saturday evening.
And the other thing I think that you can notice in this video is that is a desert landscape, of course, is the southwest part of the country. There are not a lot of street lights, and that's part of that dark sky appeal of that area, but that's also one of the reasons there are not many cameras, and they apparently have been short on leads based on that.
Yeah, I will take note that there was a full moon this past weekend, and so, you know, when you're that far out in the desert and you're free of light, the moon is the light that you use, and perhaps that maybe that helps. Maybe that gives us some clues. Maybe for some of the cameras that they're trying to get from the neighbors along that route will help give some.
All right, I'm going to stop this. I'm just going to try to make it to where we could see better because they obviously have an up and down one. Son of a biscuit eater, what happened there?
Can I just say they mentioned a son-in-law dropped it off. Now I heard that first and then they changed it, and Lizzo said the same in the chat. They said they weren't saying who dropped it off. So it was the son-in-law, Liz. It was. They've just said it right there.
Yeah, but they may be I don't know when this came out. This could be a couple days. So I haven't looked to see when this came out.
Yeah,
this is just something I found. So who knows? But I mean, that's all I heard. I didn't know that so let me play it back a little bit slower, and I don't know why they did it like this. This is so dumb.
I know, that's stupid.
So I guess the best part to watch is up here, you guys, but I'm just going to slow it down so you can see the terrain. Y'all, they don't even have streets up there.
Look it up while you're doing that to see.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead. All right. So let's see if this will slow down.
I want to show you.
Oh my God. I'm going to turn it down because nobody needs to hear that. I wish I could take that off. I'm sorry, guys. So it takes about 11 minutes from her daughter's house to her home with no traffic. Man, I wish that that's annoying AF.
Okay,
whoever
I think
thought
I've got one, Lee.
Oh, you think you got one?
I think I've got one. And it's the Daily Mail. And it says, Nancy Guthrie's final drive. Airy video retraces exact route Nancy Guthrie likely took as she was driven home from dinner with family to be abducted.
Okay, do you want to put that on?
Yeah, I'll just go back in and pull it up now.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, the thumbs down. Nobody gives a damn around here. Just let them know that you interacted with this channel.
Okay. Is it big, Lee?
Yes. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, this will be so much better.
Okay.
Even if we have to slow it down a little bit.
My gosh,
Make it bigger. Make it bigger.
You'll have to slow that down.
There you go.
Go back? You want me to go back?
You could go back, yeah, and then slow it.
And
you know where to do
slow
it
it down. Yeah. How do I slow it down?
So you go over to go down.
Yeah.
So somewhere
minimize it.
Yeah,
and then,
minimize it. And then somewhere in there should be like a little wheel.
I've done it before, but I can't see anything.
Maybe they don't have a wheel on this one where you can slow it down.
Slow
Okay, it's fine.
Down. You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so this is really fast by the looks of it, guys. So get your eyes sorted.
Oh, sorry.
No, why is it doing that?
I did it.
That sign. No. Pause. What the hell?
See, so this all looks like just a regular little town, right? But then when you get up closer to her house, they don't even have streets.
Why is the plus sign saying on?
Mm.
Pause. Now
Oof.
I've just pulled
She's gonna-
something up as well that I haven't seen before or heard, and it's from Fox News.
Do you guys see that right there? Like there's no
Want me to
there's
go
no
back a bit?
lines in the road. There's no nothing.
Go back a bit. Yeah. Wow. My God, to
I
me
mean,
that's
you
the
put
desert.
oh my goodness, imagine getting lost out there.
Oh,
Oh my God, I thought it was
it must be pitch black there. Look, no street lights or nothing.
nothing.
Yeah. Oh God, we've got onto something else now. So
Yeah, just get out of that.
yeah, okay. So that's that. So
Let's see
now
what they say in chat. Hold on just a second. Let me jump into chat really quick. Let's see. All right. Hope says, who brought her home? Did they walk her to the door where there's cameras in other people's houses? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Like we said, the first we heard was that the son-in-law brought her home from a family event, which
yeah,
I have a problem with two things. Why did their mother take an Uber? Maybe that's a thing out there. I don't know, but my mom was 72 when she passed. There's no way I would let my mother
no.
take an Uber by herself. Second of all, how was mom supposed to get to church? Why was it that church was over before anybody missed her? Who's supposed to pick her up? Does she Uber to church too?
Well, it seems that way because if someone picked it up, they would have noticed straight away, wouldn't they? Like they'd gone there for her. Surely they would have a contact number. I don't know. I suppose. I don't know.
So there's my two questions for the family about the Uber. Now, listen, I can't judge anybody. Maybe some of y'all do that with your parents or whatever, but I just know for my mom had rheumatoid arthritis so bad. She could not walk without
Yeah.
her little walker thing. And there's no way. I mean, so it sounds like Savannah's mom and my mom kind of were the same thing, except for my mom, it was her rheumatoid. There's no way I would allow my mom, especially if you live 11 minutes away, for
Yeah.
the love of God, go pick up mom. But maybe I shouldn't say nothing. I'm
JB said
questioning.
it was their usual for her to take an Uber because she couldn't drive at night. And then J-Bad said she did Zoom for church since COVID, and that's right. It was online.
I want to
So
put
it must be
Peggy
like
here
a meeting.
because Peggy says I haven't followed the story because my gut feeling is telling me it's a hoax. Listen, Peggy, I am not, and she said I'm not pulling down that rabbit hole. No,
We've been there. We
no,
thought it ourselves.
yep, yeah, we've and I can under this case. I'm not surprised by people feeling that way because it's too weird. It's too weird. Hopes wants to know, wasn't the full moon there before this attack, like shortly before? I remember,
I think so.
yeah, somebody was saying it was a full moon, but I don't remember
caught
when it was.
a live last night and they were doing tarot cards and there was all psychics in the chat and everything was popping up what they thought, but they said a lot of them said what was coming up was a church. A certain card they were pulling up and showing on the screen meant a church when they were asking the questions. So let's see what happens. So, and one of the questions also was, do you think that she's still alive? And they pulled the cards up and it.
Before we probably should have polled that before, Maggie, but let's just go ahead and put it in chat now. If you think she's still alive, put a 1 in chat. If you think she's deceased, put a 2 in chat if you don't mind. Lolly is listening while she paints her bedroom. Thank you, Lolly. Barbara says, I find it odd she took an Uber to their home. Why didn't her daughter pick her up? See, You know I'm Miss
You know.
Barbara's baby. We think the same way.
Yeah, I'd have done exactly the same.
Liz, this question was asked by Melly Joe this morning. Why did she go in through the garage? A lot of Americans, myself included, we only use the garage. I think in the 4 years I've lived in this house, I've never used the front door. We always come in and out of the garage. It's just a thing because all of us have a garage hook in our car. So we don't ever have to take our keys out and unlock the door. We just push the button and our garage door opens right up. We get out, we walk through the house. It's a thing. Kind of like some people here use their back doors. Yeah, she went in the garage door, but that would be so common here. And then we have for my kids that don't have a garage door opener in their car, they know there's a code out there on my garage that you just punch in a code and the garage will come straight up. So even my kids, instead of having to give them keys to the house, they just know how to get in the house through the garage. It's a really big thing here. Let's see. She went in the garage door. Yes. Why can't I switch these? She did Zoom for church. Oh, she did.
COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She drives during the day. Okay. It was a remote church and she does drive. All right. I did not know that. Okay. If she was so feeble, she wouldn't be because we wouldn't allow my mom to drive, but I mean, my mom literally couldn't walk. So, plus she had back steps. She had brick steps on her front entrance.
Yeah.
That's true too. You know, our driveways just kind of go straight into our garage without a step up. So it's so much, especially if you're using a walker or you're in a wheelchair, it's so much easier just to pull up into a driveway and go straight to your garage. Why would this be a hoax? Even for me, I could see how people would think that because there's so much. I didn't I say that this morning, Max? I said, I don't believe it's a hoax, but I could definitely see how people would call it that. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that thinks that she is deceased, with 1 thinking that she is holding out hopes, which is Hope's echo.
Yeah.
Lolly says, I always use garage, but husband uses the front door. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's right, Lizzo. They changed it to a family member that took her home after everyone was saying it was the son-in-law who was the prime suspect.
Oh, so they're just trying to cover the name. Too late.
That's when it's become, let's just say a family member. We'll keep it to a family member. That's what they said. So, because everyone was saying he was a suspect, so that got taken away straight away. So can I just read this, what I've just found?
Absolutely. Soft, go ahead.
Right, it's on the New York Post. Have you heard of that?
Yes. So our source is the New York Post, you guys, and we're using this for fair use.
So it is credible. So I'll bring this up, okay, because this is now I haven't heard this at all. I don't know whether anyone else has. I'll read it. Nancy Guthrie, safe but scared and aware of kidnappers' chilling demands, ransom no claims.
What? Okay, let's see what time this was put out. So it was published February the 6th. That's today. Updated at 8:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, let's go. We haven't heard this. Hi, Lunchy.
So that's what supposedly, because obviously they said there was more, but they couldn't say. So she's scared, safe but scared, and aware of the kidnappers' chilling demands, ransom no claims. So we'll read it from here. Nancy Guthrie's purported kidnappers claimed in a ransom note sent to TMZ that the 84-year-old TV host mum is safe but scared and knows exactly what chilling demands are being made for her return. The note, which was sent to the outlet 2 days after Savannah Guthrie's mum was reported missing over the weekend, demanded millions in bitcoins to be turned over to avoid consequential repercussions. I will say the letter begins by saying she is safe but scared. And they go on to say she knows exactly what the demand is. TMC boss Harvey Levin told Fox News Sean Hannity late Thursday. They are through us telling the family exactly what they are demanding, and they are saying that Nancy is aware of it. He said of the terrifying ordeal for the Today Show co-host family. They are also saying that this will be their only communication, and they are done communicating and negotiating. Here's the deal, and that's it. Oh, but we were told that they said the time was up, which was at 5 p.m. yesterday. Was that Lily? Because I'm sure 5 p.m. yesterday, or at the latest Monday coming. Have you ever heard
No,
any
to
ransom
me,
notes like that?
listen, there are two problems I have with the quote unquote ransom note. Is one, they listen, you listen to every prosecutor, every cop, they tell you when somebody is abducted and they want ransom for that person, that ransom comes in within an hour or two. The
2
note comes
days.
in. It doesn't take 2 to 4 days to get a ransom letter. Listen, they got, this is a business, and they don't want to take care of this 84-year-old woman. They want their money if it's legit, and they want to move on with things. So I have a problem that the ransom note came in so late, and I have another problem is I've never heard a ransom note in the same note give two different deadlines,
Well,
because
it carries on.
if I'm given two different deadlines, I'm not even going to worry about the first deadline.
Exactly. Why would you? So it says, as the clock ticks, that's one of the reasons the FBI and other authorities have gotten desperate here, he added. Without elaborating further, Levin said there were details included in the news that led him to believe that Guthrie, who authorities believe was taken against her will from her home in Tuscan over the weekend, was in the area. He also added that the note highlighted insider details about her suspected abduction, including information about her Apple Watch, and we know about that now, and a damaged floodlight at
So
her $1 million home.
Let me stop you right there. So the reason why that they say that they believe these ransom notes to be legitimate is because the police had never put out about all they put out was that her phone, her keys, and her purse was left there. They didn't put anything out about the Apple Watch, but yet in the note,
the light.
The light in the note, it said that. Okay, keep going.
The note was sent before those details were publicly revealed, Levin noted, which spurred alarm that it was legit. That was what really put my antenna up, and we immediately called the sheriff, he told CNN's Erin Burness.
Hi, Doc. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Hiya, Dot. They do mention an Apple Watch, as the FBI said, and they do mention the floodlight, the damaged floodlight, he added. It's unclear for all of the notes included identical details. Heath Janke, the FBI chief in Phoenix, revealed that some of the notes had included a demand for money with a Thursday evening deadline and a second deadline for Monday if the first one wasn't met. I mean,
yeah, that's just dumb.
It's crazy. A note emailed to the Cold TV newsroom in Tuscan on Monday included information that only the abductor would know. Anchor Mary Coleman told CNN.
Can we pull up that? Yeah. So look right here. I want to show that picture real quick. You guys see this? This is all her property. The flat roof right there, and then the flat, like, little L building with the pool behind it. This is her property. There's no way these houses that are around them,
So,
none of
Lee,
their cameras are going to work.
so is that a garage at the back? See where the car is and the road goes up?
I mean,
Is that a garage there, do you think?
I'm sure there's a garage to the house.
Because I can't see any at the
To
front.
the house, maybe that's, you know what? I bet you
Or is
that's
that the
like a
back?
guest house or a pool house.
Mhm.
Probably both.
Yeah, I
Probably
can't
both,
see
and a
that.
bathroom. Hmm.
So it carries on to say
Let me show you guys this real quick.
on here.
Yes. Just so that I don't have to repeat this. So this is the front of the house. Where the arch is, that is the front door. The police finally came out and said that the back door is the door that was completely open. I always said when they said a door was open, it would have been the front of the house. Correct. So there's two things. We know that she was probably brought out the front of the house because that blood has been verified that it is her blood at the front of the house right there on the stoop.
Which I can
Right?
pull that up next.
And so I think, if you ask me, they went around and they were either let in because there's no break in, right? So she either let them in or they had a code or a key and came in. And because they stormed in to grab her, the door was just left open. That's
Mhm.
how I think that happened. I
Yeah.
don't believe that for any reason that was the exit door, because imagine, this looks kind of small, but y'all, it's huge. Imagine having to help a woman who can't walk, an elderly woman, all the way around that house up here to where they would have their car parked or whatever to put her in a car. That just makes no sense. You would bring her out the front, and I think that's where the blood came from, which
Yeah.
Chris Medina did say. Shout out to Chris Medina. If there's blood on the outside, there's blood on the
Blood on the
inside.
inside. Yeah, and there's a 39-minute gap in between timelines. So he said what was going on in those 39 minutes. That's an awful long time to be there. So I can show that blood if you, well, when I finish this.
Yep, you
So
could finish that and then show the blood.
yes, he says, when we saw some of those details, it was clear after a couple of sentences that this might not be a hoax, he said. The details emerged after the Today Show co-host and her two siblings released multiple messages pleading for their mum's safe return, saying they are ready to talk, but want proof their mum is still alive. Now, I'm surprised they haven't sent pictures. Authorities, meanwhile, said they haven't yet identified any suspects or persons of interest. And as you can see, this is the door, and you see the blood on the floor there.
Mhm.
And I'll carry on reading. I didn't think there was any more. Right now, we believe Nancy is still out there. We want her home, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano said at a news conference Thursday. The sheriff said it is possible that Guthrie was targeted, but if she was, investigators don't know if it's because her daughter is one of television's most visible anchors. Investigators say Guthrie was last seen Saturday night when the family members dropped her home after dinner. Now, that's something Chris McDonough said. They said family members, and then on the press conference, it said when they dropped her home.
All right,
Yeah.
let me jump into chat really quick, because there was a couple of things here that I saw that I did you finish that? Were you able to?
No, it's just a little bit. Roughly for 4 hours later, just before 2 a.m. Sunday, the home doorbell camera was disconnected, according to the sheriff. So that's it.
So
Go on, Lee.
So let me jump in the chat real quick, and then we're going to talk about that doorbell thing, if you guys don't mind. And a theory that came to me 2 nights ago, and I was just like, Oh, and I ran it. I asked Melly and Mags what they thought about it, and they thought that I was brilliant.
You are. Go on.
All right, let me put this up really quick, just so we're reminded why we're here. All right. So in chat, there's a couple of great things that are said. TMZ made a quick update. I did watch their live again today. There is a lot that's not being released, and thank God for that. But because of them, now we know about the supposed. And y'all, I think that I was struggling with the thought: is it really real? Are they really real? Even though we haven't seen anything, and that don't make a lick of sense to me. But I mean, those notes give valuable information that only the abductor and Nancy would know. So if that's the case, then those have to be valid. Hope says, did you feel when the daughter spoke on it, she knew more? She was going over it to keep the perp from knowing they know. I got a couple of feelings. One from first of all, for Savannah, I just felt gutted because I felt like I could feel her pain, like when your mom, it's your mom. It's your mom. It's the most important woman in the world to you. It's your mother. So I felt that from her. And then the other girl, I felt like I didn't understand, because in Discord, when it was first put out, that they had done a thing, a couple of the ladies were in there and they were talking about how it just seemed weird. And without seeing it, I was like, no, I don't think it's weird because this, and this. But then I watched it and I was like, oh, that's so weird. And here's why I think it's weird, is because I understand that they want the family to come together and let everybody hear from all of the siblings. But to me, Savannah was like, this is me, that's my mom, and this is me in the raw, like this is what I feel. And then I felt like her sister was reading definitely from a script, and I didn't understand why she even had to read. I didn't understand why they just didn't allow Savannah to put the whole thing out, because we do know that their brother Cameron did not say anything on there until the end when he said, I love you, Mom. He said, come home soon. But on Savannah Guthrie's Instagram,
Yeah.
they did release her brother saying his own, please bring my mom home, when I feel like they could have done that with Annie, the sister, too, and it wouldn't have felt so weird, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it's their first kidnapping. It sounds like definitely there's some amateur stuff going on here. MJ says if she's alive, she's got to be terrified. Yeah, but didn't they say that her Apple Watch disconnected? They said that her phone, they said that her Apple device disconnected her. The heart
from the app.
Yeah, the heart pacemaker disconnected from the app. They never said all they said was the phone was still there. There was no mention of an Apple Watch. They just said her phone was left there, and the app disconnected from her heart thing at a certain time. Very off. Is anything missing? Hopes they're not giving us any of that information. They're just telling us what was still there.
Dot said sibling rivalry, which I've thought of at first. I was thinking about the other sister. I was thinking, I would go, you know me, I think about everything, then I go, yeah, then I go, no, yeah. I'm very undecided as a face, and I just don't know what. But now, like, I do believe, well, I believe it's someone that knows it, that's in a circle, that's been there, could be a worker, could be staff, a family member, it could someone in her circle, or someone she's met at church, anything like that. The
Mhm.
Uber driver. We talked
Mhm.
about that this morning, didn't we? There's
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
a number of things. But can I just bring this picture of the blood up and share what Chris
Yes,
McDonough
absolutely.
said?
While you're doing that, let me finish reading these out. Go ahead and bring that up. Miss Barbara says sister sounded flat and unaffected. Lolly said, I saw somewhere that they were given their statement to read exactly as it says. I understand that, but I just think as you have, I think that the police need a PR person that tells them, look, if they both can't, if the other sister is just going to act dry and unaffected, don't have her read, because people are just going to look at that and say, oh, damn, she killed her. Now, I will say this. I came out when this first happened, the next day when I had gone to look at it, I did put a community post up. I got a bad feeling. I said, you guys, this is an inside job, because I knew at the time they had left her phone, her keys, and her purse there. So there was no robbery. That tells me one thing and one thing
Yeah.
only, that
But
somebody's wanting something, inheritance or something.
yeah,
Okay.
because they were there for
So
39 minutes. So what was going on?
yeah, and then we had a Discord talk about it, and Miss Barbara came right out and she said, "You guys, I just got a bad feeling about Savannah's sister and her husband." So we're still side eyeing. We can't help it.
Oh God, yeah, I am. Yeah,
So we're gonna pull up the blood, and then we're gonna talk about a theory that
yeah. And I've
that
got first the whole time, the timeline.
oh yeah, bring that
Right,
up too.
I've
Let's
got
go ahead and
that as
cover
well.
that.
So I'll just show this. Tell me if you can see it, Lee. Can you see it?
I can see it backstage. Let me take, hold on, let me
Okay,
take off
let
this.
me. No, it's the way I've done it. I had
Okay.
it ready when you were talking, and I just let me stop sharing and do it again. So go
Oh,
in, show that, and oh God, no, it's not doing it. Hold on,
unless she left
it's
her
me.
Apple Watch at home, her watch was off and in the house. Off her arm, that is. Right. Well, it was the middle of the night. I mean,
Yeah.
but you know what? If I had a pacemaker and it was hooked up to that, I think I would always wear my Apple Watch. I mean, what's the
Is it
point in
there now,
having one?
Lee?
It's there, yes.
Okay, so as you can see, the blood's, I know it's not a lot, and you can see it close up, but Chris McDonough, because he's done this before, and this is what he analyzes and looks at, he said the way that blood is, this is either, say for instance, there's been a struggle of been dragging it out or whatever, and she's making it hard for them or something. He didn't actually say one of them have given a smack, but he said that type of blood comes from something that hits like that. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Lee?
Yes.
So something that hits you like that.
Hmm.
He said, and that's, he said, so I'm thinking she's fell down, she's trying to get up, and this is the way the blood is dripping. That's how it's come from something like that, he said. So
Such a good point, Lolly.
I'm thinking has he give it, was he hit it in the face or something? You don't know, do you?
No.
So there's that. And then we'll go to, if you want to just see what chat's saying now, Lee, I'll take that
Yeah.
off.
Lolly says old people's skin is very thin and it bleeds easy. That is so true. I never thought about
Yeah,
that. And for
yeah,
an elderly person, MJ, I agree that is a lot of dripping blood.
yeah.
So I am curious, did she get popped in the nose? Lizzo said up here, so I wonder why the kidnappers mentioned her watch, because they hadn't I think because they hadn't heard it in the news yet,
Yeah.
and they want them to realize, look, we know stuff too that you guys haven't told yet, so we are legit. So here's some
Did
information that we're giving you that only we would know because you haven't put it out yet. So that's why they
did
would mention the
you,
watch.
Leanie, or anyone in chat hear that they named an item, a piece of clothing that she had on? Did anyone hear that? Because I heard it somewhere and I don't know where, and I haven't heard it since. So I'm just wondering. Let's see. Yeah, did you hear that, Lizzo? So that
I
could have been another clue that they told them, you
mhm.
know, we know what she's wearing. Yeah,
I
JB.
heard the only thing I heard was that she was not in pajamas.
Yeah, that's right. Oh no,
Dodd
I
says,
didn't. I heard
yeah,
someone asking that. I
yeah,
heard
they said she
Christopher
wasn't.
say something.
I don't remember where I heard it, but it was just either today or yesterday that I heard she was not
Oh,
in
I
because
haven't
everybody was
heard
like,
that.
why wasn't she in pajamas yet? If it's the middle of the night, well, I want y'all to know what I'm wearing right now. I'm probably going to bed in.
Yeah, me too.
Hi, Sean.
Hi,
Dodd
Sean.
says they tell you not to wear your Apple Watch mobile phone while you sleep because you might hold it to your chest unknowingly, and the magnets can screw with your pacemaker. I
Maybe
never
she was
knew that.
awake. Maybe
Never
she
knew
was
that.
awake because I have heard that, like, because Kathy next door's got one. So
The FBI
maybe
said
she
that
was
about the
awake.
clothing.
She wasn't tired. She's 84. I know at my age now, I'm up and down and
Oh, I'm up and
awake
down
and
too,
can't
Maggie.
sleep. That's what I mean. So maybe she was sitting up reading. Maybe she thought,
Maybe
I
she
don't
was
want to go
watching
to bed.
according to Leanie.
Or she was watching us.
That's what it was. She was like, this damn Maggie and Leanie are
And she's
funny as
probably
hell.
gonna come on here when
I
she gets
know.
home and says, you know what? You were right on that, Leanie Maggie. You were absolutely shit, and I don't know why you'd even tried. But God love you, you had a go.
You tried.
You
All
tried,
right.
girl.
I want to let me run this by you guys while Maggie's pulling up whatever she run.
Yeah,
This
I want
hit
to get
me
the
2 nights ago.
timeline.
This hit me 2 nights ago, you guys. And I just want to know what you think about it. So I was in my head, I'm thinking, I'm overdoing all this and overthinking and over dramatizing, and how I do. And it came to me because I don't understand the ransom notes. I don't understand 2 days, 4 days, whatever later that the ransom notes are going to come out. I don't understand that there are two deadlines in a ransom note. I don't understand that. So I'm trying to figure all this out in my head. I was doing research as to different crimes that had ransom notes and things in it and stuff like that, right? And here's what I got to thinking. What do you guys think about that this was pre-planned and that they sent Savannah Guthrie, the daughter, the anchor of the Today Show, may have sent her an email telling her that this was going to happen on this certain date if money or a Bitcoin, whatever, wasn't released by a certain date. And that maybe either went into a spam folder or it went to a personal folder or something like that. And she never got it.
Yeah.
And then after she goes out to Arizona, because she lives in New York, after her mother becomes missing, the FBI or the police or whatever, when they're just like, Nancy, Savannah, did your work or did you get anything personally from these people or whatever? It hit me all of the sudden that if that is the only thing to me that makes sense about the ransom notes coming late, that there was already a pre-note sent to Savannah Guthrie, either through her work or a personal email, and she didn't check it, didn't get it, and they found it. And because she didn't respond to it, that's when the supposed new emails came in about what they wanted, about, the ransom they wanted.
Yeah.
What says you guys?
She talked to me this morning about that, and I was like, "Oh, never give that a thought." And it just starts the cogs going, doesn't it? And that's why I said we should put it to all the people in the chat and see what they say, because you love to have different sides to this and thoughts, and maybe you've got ideas we haven't even thought of, or what you've heard things we haven't heard. I think it's dead interesting when you all get together.
Yeah.
And you had another little thought, didn't you, Lee, to tell everyone about that as well?
Yeah, so let me welcome Redacted. Thank you so much for being here. What if she got jealous of her daughter's success and ran away with the ransom money herself? I just think that homegirl, I think she had her own money, and I think her daughter would have given her, and I would have given my mom anything she wanted. If she said, "Look, I need $1 million to run away," I'd been like, "I got you, mama. Where are you going?" You know. So I don't think it's that. Here's my other thought. So do you guys remember when it first happened? Everybody was coming out and they were saying, oh, she had workers at her home that were working on different things at her home and things like that. And so they had it was before the theory of the sister coming out. Because the first time I had heard, I didn't never, not once, think about the workers in the house. I mean, none of that made any kind of sense to me, why they would have done it since they were already earning their money. And then, talking to Miss Barbara and thinking, I think it's an inside job. But then I got thinking again, hold on. The police have not come out and told us exactly what type of maintenance or workers were working on their house. Now let's talk about this for just a second, you guys. These are millionaires. At least their daughter is. Now, I'm not a millionaire, but I can tell you right now, my mama's house had cameras everywhere.
Yeah, in and out.
I will, Miss Barbara. Cameras everywhere. You cannot tell me that Savannah Guthrie did not make sure her mother was completely safe. Here's my thought. You know how the cameras just happened not to be working, but some of the audio was? Who's to say that the people that abducted Nancy Guthrie were not actually, quote, unquote, working on the security system in the thought of, oh, we're going to change your security system. We're going to upgrade it, knowing that they're going to go in there and kidnap her that night. And so they paid to get it upgraded, and they're the ones that had planned to kidnap her anyways. And so they made sure they were all had no video to them. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Redacted. Hi, Greg. So another one as well. Look at this, Barbara. Look what she said. Read that. Oh no, it's not that one. Hang on. Where's it gone? Now where it is. Read that.
Leanie, please tell Maggie how to pronounce not Tuscan, Tucson.
Oh, Tucson then. I made
Yes,
up for you, Barbara.
Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, good point. Good point. JB, right here. See, the FBI is right here with us. Elizabeth Smart's kidnapper was a handyman.
There
Right.
you go. There you go.
So now I'm thinking, if it is an inside job, it could still be an inside job. Whereas someone in the family, they're not going to go in and kidnap their mother themselves. They're just not going to do that, you guys. They're going to pay someone to do it. And the guys that
what I said. Sorry, Leigh, I thought you.
I reckon the door camera wasn't sending her notification because she didn't pay the subscription. You know how much the subscription is?
Well,
probably $10 a month.
I
Now
said
you
I
tell me,
cannot
Lizzo?
believe for someone. I said, Lee, if they got money, and she says, yeah.
No.
And I said, wouldn't you have your prescription? I'd have everything on recorders, because they must know they're at risk of something like this happening. But whether it ever happens in their lifetime or not, they are at risk.
I want to read this. Redacted says, sometimes those workers sell inside information to the black market, how to get in the house. They do that a lot with selling stolen credit card info. I love it. I love that you guys are coming up with so much. I love it. Welcome, Greg. Welcome. Redacted. I love it. So this is what I'm thinking. These are my two theories. I'm probably wrong. You guys, I only play a sleuth on the internet. Not true. I solved that case, Abby and Libby over there way before it was solved. But anyways, I still think it's an inside job. I think the people that quote unquote kidnapped her came under the guise that they were upgrading the system, the security system, hence why we have no security around the house. None of the video is working. It's just rolling and rolling and covering itself and covering itself. And I think they were hired by somebody inside to do it. That's what I'm going with until somebody else comes at me with something a little bit different. Greg says, whoever did this panicked and did something terrible. Now, there's the other thing, Greg, about the ransom notes that I was talking to Mags and Mel about. That if they figure out that the ransom notes are not real, it's a red herring. I think that they killed her. They killed her. And automatically the police are like looking into who's supposed to inherit money, who's supposed to get what in this family. And because of that, they didn't think that part through. They went ahead and started sending in fake ransoms. What says you, Maggie?
Sorry, I missed what you just said there. I was having a conversation with Alec about something. So
Well, I'm not gonna repeat it.
It's
No,
okay.
I'm just
I
kidding.
wouldn't expect you to. It doesn't matter. So, Lizzo said the police said that she hadn't kept up the subscription. Yeah, but I just don't get why anyone, especially, all right, the mum, she's 84. She mightn't have even given it a thought. I know she's all there and all that, but still, if I was one of the daughters, the sons, or whatever, I'd be saying, listen, we need to do that. My mum needs to be secure. You know, we need to be able to keep an eye. In fact, I'd have had a camera that I could watch her. I've got a friend who, when she leaves her dad, I mean, she hasn't got one in the toilet or anything like that, but when she leaves her dad, she can go on her phone and just check in on him. And if he has a fall, she gets an alert, you know, she sets it to certain things. So I don't understand why not one of them had that. You know, a camera that you can keep an eye on it. She's 84.
There's
I know
no, I'm
people are in-
telling you, there is no way Savannah Guthrie is going to make that much money and there is not even cameras in her home. There's
Yeah,
no way.
I just don't get it. I would definitely have had the camera, a baby camera that you put. That's exactly what she's got, and it alerts everything. And there's better ones out there. Like there's ones that go. I mean, you'll have them there for sure. Ones that go direct to this company, and then they alert the police straight away, and the police go immediately out to the house. Why haven't they got that?
Let me throw this at you. So we know just from what the police say. Now I believe they're not telling us everything, guys. They're just not. They're not going to. We learned that from the Brian Koberger case really hard. You have to read into what they're saying and they're not saying. What about this? So we know that her pacemaker was hooked up to her Apple devices, right? Why wouldn't her pacemaker activity be hooked up also to at least one of her girls?
Yeah, and
Like her daughter that lives 11 minutes from her, or even listen, if
Yeah.
my mama had a pacemaker and it was available to be done, I'd be
Sleep next
watching
to
that pacemaker like nobody's business, because
Sleep next
I
to her.
have Live 360 and all my grandchildren who have got phones are on that Live 360. My
Yeah.
grown ass children, I'm watching them. When my mom was alive, I was watching her. Nobody gets away for free. I know exactly where everybody's at the right time.
Can I just read Jay Brad says, we just don't have all Larry and Maggie. They felt safe. I get that, JB. If you're just an everyday person, I get that. But they were in the public eye. And to me, that makes them more at risk than the likes of what's happened, or lunatics turning up at the house and just things like that. Do you know what I mean? What do you think, Lee? I mean, what does people in chat think?
No, hold on. Yeah. I get what you guys are saying about the Apple devices. It's not too far. No, it's not. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. Do you know why she's got the Apple device? Because the Apple device is, whenever it's recording, right? And the recording is sent over to her doctor's office, right? So, yeah, I didn't know he was leaving. He didn't tell me he was leaving. How does the bonus child leave without not telling me he's leaving? What the hell's happening? I'm losing control of my house. Anyways, listen, I'm like Maggie, that I would think I'll have to research it, but I would think that the whole reason for hooking it up to the Apple devices is that it is recording and it can be sent over to her doctors and stuff like that. If it's able to be sent to her doctors, then it's able to be sent anywhere in the US. As long as she is in connection with it, as long as she hasn't gone too far. It doesn't matter how far away you go from the Apple device. It matters how far she goes because it's connected to her heart. So I understand that the device has to be within 6 feet and stuff like that for it to read what's going on with her heart. But that doesn't mean that it can't be sent out, because that's exactly what it does. It gets sent off to her doctor. And on top of that, listen, you got an 84-year-old mom. Go ahead and tell me, if you had the money to have if you had the money and your 84-year-old mama says, listen, I'm going to live alone. I like it. I want my own house. I don't want to be bothered with you brats, because that's how I'm going to be. I don't want to move in with you brats. I want my own house. Knowing your mother is mobily challenged, let me put it that way. As long as your mother has trouble getting around and needs life-saving medications, such things like that, and at any point she could have a stroke, a heart attack, fall on the floor, help, I fall and I can't get up. Wouldn't you say, Mom, live all you want to, the way you want to, in your house? Nobody cares, Mom, but we're going to have some security going at all times.
People who are like bad on the legs and can potentially fall over at any time have what? Can you remember what they called? Can you remember what they called the thing around my mum's neck she used to press?
It's the lifeline thing.
Lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I was just asking Alec, wouldn't she have had one of them that she could press?
Listen, I think she should have had to have something. She's 84. She's taking life-saving medications. She does not have. Who's giving her a shower? Anyone?
I mean, she might be all right doing all that herself. She really might be. But if you're bad on your legs, I mean, getting in a shower, maybe they come and shower her of a day. Maybe she's got someone going in of a day to do it, Lee. Maybe she's got a care help to help her with that. But I'm just saying, she's got to get up to go to the bathroom through the night, I suspect. And she could. Listen, I was terrified because my mother was bad on her legs. And I mean terrified. I got calls from Lifeline to say, your mum's pressed the button, you know, you need to get. I was there like in a flash getting up through the night. It's terrifying, but I didn't care because it was telling us, you know, to go and get to it. So did she? I mean, maybe she did and they haven't mentioned it. I don't know. But therefore, if she had have, they would have known before the next day. Because they would have phoned her straight away and said, we've had a lifeline. We've had, you know, she's contacted us. We've tried to speak to her because they try and speak to you. We can't get an answer. We're letting you know. And then that family get there then. That could have just helped so much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm looking up something really quick.
Sorry, I thought I'd gone off. So does anyone else agree with that? That why she didn't have Lifeline or something along them lines, maybe different there, I don't know. But which would have been around her neck or a bracelet. And she's only, even when they're there and they come in, at some point she could have just pressed that. As soon as she knew there was someone in her house, pressed it.
All right, listen to this, you guys. Remote monitoring for implanted heart devices. If you have an implanted heart device, ongoing care doesn't end at the implant. It is important to maintain a connection with your doctor or clinic for the life of your device. One of the best way to do this is through remote monitoring. Remote monitoring is a way for your implanted heart device to communicate with your doctor or clinic, potentially reducing the number of times you have to travel to your clinic for an implanted heart device check. Studies have shown that the remote monitoring detects abnormal heart rhythms and issues in the heart faster, reduces hospitalization, increases quality of life, provides a sense of security and a peace of mind. Remote monitoring is prescribed by your doctor. It provides easy access and information that allows your doctor to manage your heart condition, monitor your implanted heart device, obtain information from your implanted heart device on an as needed basis. So, it's handled through a Bluetooth link, you guys. The doctor can pull up on however they do it. You could be asleep and the doctor can pull it up and look at what your heart's doing or what the device is doing. One of the connections is called the MyCare Link Heart mobile app. And the only reason I know some of this stuff is because of what we've been through with my daughter. So you don't have to always send the report in. It depends on what kind of what you're paying for. That's what it is. It depends on what, I mean, I'm sure it costs a hell of a lot of money, but I'm telling you, if I had the money, I wouldn't have to physically send reports. Neither would my mom. That doctor would always be able just to check in. There's no Bluetooth device around. How is it going to get connected? It's on here. Look up what I said about the life. Look it up. If there's no if there's no Bluetooth device connected, then I'm sure that you can't get it. And maybe she lived out there in the boonies where it couldn't. I somehow think that's not the case because those are multi-million-dollar homes that she's living in. I'm sure they've got Bluetooth.
There's one that we haven't thought. They might have been in her house when she got home.
Yeah, but Dot, you said you know about them. You have one, but you said that you have to, you have to physically send the reports. And I'm telling you guys that not all of them are like that. Some of them, you can get the ones that a doctor can click in at any
That's
point
next
and
door.
see.
Kathy's got one. That anything goes wrong, the hospital call her. You know, through the night she's had phone calls because it's sending them something.
Right.
Yeah.
That if her watch was gone, had gone, it's not going to connect. That's right. That's how they know what time she was abducted, because that's when her watch quit.
Yeah, disconnected.
Her watch didn't connect to the app anymore. So that's the time that they're going off of, that she was abducted. I'm not trying to argue.
Let me know when you want me to bring the timeline.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So do you just want me to read it, or do you want me to bring it up?
You could bring it up.
Okay.
Oh, hey, little guy. Hold on.
See Jim. Okay, can you see that? So it says Nancy Guthrie approximate timeline, January 31st, 5:32 p.m. Nancy travels to local family's home. At 9:48 p.m., family drops Nancy off at home and garage door opens. 9:50 p.m., garage door closes. February the 1st, 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnects. 2:12 a.m., software detects person on camera, but no video was available because there's no subscription. Crazy. 2:28 a.m., pacemaker app shows disconnect from phone. So from 2:28, we go now to 11:56 a.m. the next morning. The family checks on Nancy. So in between there, who's alerted them? Was it, I think it was someone from the church said she didn't turn up for church, so maybe they did. So that was 11:56. The family checks on Nancy. 12:03, 911 call to PCSD. 12:15 p.m. patrol arrives. So it says the sheriff pleads with the public for help at a news conference on Monday, saying Nancy Guthrie did not leave on her own. On social media on Monday, Savannah said, "Thank you for lifting your prayers with ours for our beloved mum, our dearest Nancy, a woman of deep conviction, a good and faithful servant. Bring her home." Nano's face reporters again on Tuesday, offering little new information and saying Nancy Guthrie's whereabouts and potential motive remains unknown. But we now know they want money. The sheriff's office did confirm on Tuesday that it was reviewing possible ransom notes. So possible ransom notes on Tuesday. So it was Monday, so it was the following day. Why did I get 4 days in my head before I'm saying, why did they wait 4 days before sending a ransom note? And my question now is, why is the family not putting something out there on the TV to say, you know, you're asking for this much, you're saying we've got a deadline, but we need to know our mum's alive and she's okay. We need to see her. Why aren't they saying that? Because come Monday, it's going to be the same thing, isn't it? What are they going? Oh, this is what I'm thinking, guys. Right? I'm thinking, are they just biding time? Are these people just biding time? Not the Guthries. I'm talking about the kidnappers. Are they just biding time because she's already gone? Maybe she ought to give out whatever, and they're trying to dispose of her. They need the time to do it properly because they know there's eyes everywhere now. So I've come to that. I'm thinking, is that why they're doing this? I mean, for the kidnappers to say, you know, it's 5 p.m. or Monday at the latest, we want the ransom. I mean, I've never heard it in my life. So I don't know whether they're just biding time. Would anyone else think that?
They did the first not interview, I don't even know what to say, but the first presser that the family put out, they did say that they need some kind of proof that she is alive.
Yeah, but that was the
And so
first time, and
that
now
was the
they're
first
saying
one.
now, you know, basically there's consequences that you're going to face. Basically, they're going to kill her,
Yeah,
aren't they? So
and
I'd be like, well, hang on, show us that you know, we don't need Monday. We can give you this now. We can give you
yeah,
this now. We don't have to wait till Monday. We've got it now for you. You don't have to wait. Just show us our mum's alive. Why?
and Harvey Levin from TMZ, he did say that the letter was put together like really well, spoken really well, in total detail, and it totally lists the what's going to happen to her. So I wonder if they had like if the money wasn't sent by the first deadline, if there was going to be consequences, and then if it's not sent by the second deadline, then they were going to kill her. That's the only thing that makes two deadlines make any sense to me. And the way that Harvey Levin put it out from TNZ, that's what it sounded like he was saying.
Why aren't they saying we've got it? It's here. You don't have to wait. Don't have to wait till tonight 5 p.m. We've got it now. Just show us that she's alive. Why wasn't that put out there? So is the are they thinking anymore? Is today? Do these cops know that she's not here, and they've had to speak to the family, and to catch who they are, the family have got to go along with it and make out that they're pleading for to show us the mum when they've been, because I mean she was really distraught when she was reading, which could have been that as well, knowing. I'm thinking all kinds, Lee.
Mary Jane Joe says, it was online church. I thought the church was like 6 or 7 minutes away that she was going to.
No, I heard it saying it was online. It was only when I think it was someone who was it said. I think it was it Lizzo or someone mentioned it before, and that's when
Really?
it
I didn't know
reminded
that.
me. Yeah, it was online. It was done online, but I'll go and check that up now.
The FBI
See
says
what it
they
says.
didn't get proof. Bad sign.
Yeah.
If her pacemaker is monitored from the center, they know if she's alive or not. Well, they said that once she got so far away from the Apple device is when it quit reading. It just stopped reading. You all believe this story immediately. Hook, line, sinker, let that sink in. Well, I always give the benefit of doubt. Always. Because just like with you, so Pegs.
We didn't actually.
We
didn't. We were
just
like
just like with you, or with me, I believed it hook, line, and sinker to begin with. I just want to understand it. But same one with you. Instead of believing it hook, line, and sinker, you automatically say it's a conspiracy theory. And that's the problem. Because people who are conspiracy theorists believe everything is a conspiracy. People who are not believe there's some shit going down that's probably not real.
Yeah, it goes both ways, Greg.
It goes both ways. So let that sink in, babes.
Yeah, put that in your pipe, Peggy, and smoke
it. She didn't show up for church, so fellow churchgoers told the family. See, that's what I thought. That she was going to church and she didn't show up, so the fellow churchgoers told the family. A lot is a conspiracy, but not everything. So just like I went hook, line, and sinker into this, you went straight to it's a conspiracy.
Right, here we go. Nancy Guthrie had not physically attended St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church since the COVID-19 pandemic began, choosing instead to participate in worship online.
Okay.
Okay.
So I know that like when you're watching church online, there's a chat room there. So maybe that's what they're saying, that she just didn't show up in the chat.
And by meetings now, don't they? You can actually go and be part of these things like the church. As if you're sitting in a pew, it's all done on a camera. So some people can't get there for whatever reason.
Yeah. MP says, I don't believe Savannah knew the subscriptions to the cameras are expired. I mean, she may not have. Her mother may not have. But I still think I'm just going to hold to it for a little while that the camera, the people, somebody was working on the camera system. And that's where the abduction came. I'm just going to believe it. It all starts right there or ends right there with that. Did everybody get to see what's her name? Savannah Guthrie, her brother and her sister in their first video that they showed, where they pled for their mom and talked about their mom. I'm pretty sure just about everybody did. So I have not seen this yet. I don't know if Maggie's seen it. I don't know if any of you've seen it yet. But the brother, Cameron Guthrie, they put a video on Savannah's Instagram of the son. And I wanted to show that because I have not seen it yet. And this is in the news right now. So this is him talking, since we didn't hear much from him we didn't hear hardly anything. So this is what he put out. This is NBC News is our source, you guys. And this was put out 16 hours ago from the time that I pinned it. So here we go. Watch your ears, guys.
Tracy, we have this new video from Savannah's brother that's just been posted on social media. They've just released it. Let's play it for our viewers, please.
This is Cameron Guthrie. I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
All right, we're going to go back to Tracy in a moment. I want to get right out to Liz Kreutz, who's been leading our coverage out there in Tucson. Liz, so you've seen this video. Now our viewers have seen this video. It's upsetting because it sounds like this deadline's approaching and the Guthries have not been contacted about how to make contact with this alleged abductor if this is legitimate.
Exactly, Tom. I mean, I'll tell you, it's 5:11 right now where we are in Tucson. So 10 minutes after this first deadline, we know from the FBI that there are two deadlines. There's this 5 o'clock deadline today, and then there's the deadline on Monday. And so clearly they are trying any kind of avenue they can to make it known and project and telegraph to whoever this may be that they want to negotiate, they want to talk, and they are willing to open that line of communication. Clearly, we saw that first step last night when Savannah and her family put that video out 24 hours before the deadline. It would seem, and we could maybe glean from this, that to no avail. They haven't been able to make any kind of communication. So they're continuing with this video as well. And we're hearing now really from the brother for the first time too. And I thought it was notable, Tom, that at the press conference, the FBI special agent in charge, when he was asked, at what point do you just decide, okay, this isn't legitimate? What's the bar where you'll say, okay, I guess this was a hoax? He didn't give an exact answer, but he did say that usually in these sorts of situations, he said, by now, typically we would have been able to make contact with somebody like this. So remains to be seen if they're going to be successful. And again, this is just a reported note. We don't know the validity of it.
It's incredibly frustrating, right? And let's just so our viewers are clear, right? It is still unclear if these ransom notes, we believe there are two of them, are even legitimate to begin with. And one of the reasons is, you know, investigators are saying, okay, there was some information that maybe the abductor would know, but there are still outstanding questions from all the information we know that's been released publicly. Did this person actually know this, or did they see photos online? Did they get initial social media reports and put that in the note and make it look real?
Right. So what we understand, Tom, and I'll actually just tell you, it sounds like now there might be 3 copies of this ransom note, that 2 local stations here in Tucson also obtained this, and also then TMZ. So 3 different copies of it. NBC News has not seen these notes ourselves. We know law enforcement, again, has not verified the legitimacy. From what we understand, they were sent to
some local stations via email. I think in one of the cases, it may have been sent through a tip line for the news station. Those news stations saw it, clearly saw something in it that made them think it was legitimate enough, with more personal enough information, that they immediately passed it on to law enforcement. And today the sheriff was praising to us that the local news stations did that. That's how it got elevated through the system. We do not know some of the most personal details that are in there. They're withholding that. We do know about the Apple Watch that was mentioned, and also the floodlights. And what's challenging there, Tom, is those are two things that are also publicly available. Pretty early on in this investigation, it came out that through some reporting that she had an Apple Watch, and if you're at the house, you can see the floodlights. So it's hard to know. Maybe that person just happened to see the reporting and put that in the know.
Liz, I want to get back to our expert in a second, but I have one more question for you. Do we know if the ransom notes were sent to those local stations at the same time?
I believe they were at different times, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But the way that it came out in the reporting, at least, it came out at different times. So it was first we found out about one station, TMZ, and then eventually we found out about another station.
Okay, Liz Kreutz, I'm sure you're going to be standing by for. We thank you for watching.
What's a Joel? Well, one thing I didn't know was that, they're saying that it was in the news about the Apple Watch and the floodlight.
I
never
didn't
heard
hear
it.
floodlights. I'm sure I heard about the watch. I can say I'm 95% sure it was the watch was mentioned, but I heard about lights being smashed. All the lights were smashed. The cameras, sorry, are being smashed. That's what I heard. And he said, the sheriff says, wherever you got that from, I've no idea. Nothing's being smashed at all. So.
Yeah. All right, you guys, I put our StreamYard into chat. Maggie, have you gone through all of the things that you pulled up?
Well,
I've gone through all my tabs too. Anybody want to come up, have a discussion about what maybe a theory, what they think maybe I'm wrong about, what Maggie's wrong about, or maybe you think differently than us. I don't know. Just give us your thoughts. I want to say thank you to chat so much. I appreciate those that will put, you don't have to agree with me or Maggie at all. You don't. It's not about that. It's just about having a discussion about it and putting out thoughts and stuff like that to try to make it all make sense, right? But it's so much easier when you guys are chatting. It's so much easier for us. And it makes doing the work, pulling up, sitting at this computer desk and Maggie sitting at hers and us spending time trying to pull up stuff that we believe is to be factual, at least in that part of it. It makes it worth it. So we appreciate you for that.
Yeah, it just says here, I've just seen this terrifying reason. Nancy Guthrie may never be found. And then I just scroll down and it stays here. Is that Larry?
Yeah. You know what he wants, you guys? So little girl is just acting insanely silly. And so, of course, I'm mixing little girl's food. Well, he can smell it. I've got it up on the counter waiting for her dinner. And he knows it's got tuna. Yeah, it's got tuna fish up there. And so he's,
oh my God.
Yeah, so he's barking at it and telling me, even though I gave him some of his kibble already, he's like, oh no, I like what little girl eats. Bet you do. But if nobody wants to come up, that's absolutely fine. We are going to be closing this one down.
So can I just read this? It says the boarded agents who have spent years tracking individuals through Tucson's challenging terrain has participated in numerous searches and rescue operations, believes that the suspect will never be found. due to the remote and dense desert vegetation surrounding Guthrie's home. He also highlighted the city's close proximity to the Mexican border, suggesting that the suspect could easily evade detection by heading south. We're on the southern border. You're dealing with international crime all the time, and there are just too many variables to rule anything out. Before suggesting that the location of the home might be why investigators are keeping details about the case under wraps. If somebody gets spooked, they can make it into Mexico in under an hour and a half. That's why authorities may not be sharing everything they know. However, he isn't the only expert weighing in on the case. Former FBI Special Agent Dr. Brian Cox, who currently serves as a criminology professor at the University of South Florida, has shared her profile of the abductor. According to Dr. Fox, the suspect is likely to be male, in his 30s or 40s. Expanding on her profile, she suggested that the suspect likely has a criminal record, is sophisticated enough to know what law enforcement is going to be looking for, and has committed a series of escalating types of crimes. Yet, despite Dr. Fox's high-profile status, Pima County Chris Nanos confirms that investigators have not identified any suspects in Nancy Guthrie's case, and the probe continues. So there you go. So that's what they think of.
Hi,
When
Aussie
I
True
thought that
Crime.
myself, did you? That
Yeah.
I'm like Dr. Fox. I thought that they're in that age range and they're going to be a criminal. Peggy says, I'll wait till this story gets fesses at a hoax and get back to you guys. Take a few days. Sam, that's great, that Peg. Let us
Yep.
know. Of
Yep.
course, like anyone else who picks up on anything, let us know, because, I'm looking for information all the time. I'm literally, if I can't sleep in the night, I've got that woman's name. If the police invade my house and my computer, they're going to think I've abducted her, to be honest, because I'm looking all kinds up. I really am. And it's really sad. The family must be absolutely devastated. But you know what? I'd be sickened today. Be sickened to hear if it was an inside job or one of a family.
Oh, I hope
Yeah,
not. I really
that's
hope
just
we're
gonna
wrong
be,
about that, you guys,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
happens so much to elderly people. It
Oh,
really, really does. And I was thinking when I was doing dishes last night, you guys, and I was thinking about my own mom and how I would feel. And you know what? This may sound mean to say, and I'm not meaning it mean, but when I was thinking about how they must feel and how I would feel if my mama was gone, missing, and somebody had a hold of her, y'all, I thank God that my mom is wrapped in the arms of Jesus and she's not missing out there somewhere. That has got to be torment. Just torment. Because, I told you guys about, like, my mom was taken several places because she was a donor and she was here and there and everywhere. And nobody had kept up to me where my mom was at. And I would call them and I was like, looky here, there's never been a time in my adult life that I didn't know where my mother was at. And I don't know where she's at. Somebody better find her before I get on the road.
mm,
So they were able to tell me right away. But even in death, I was like, no, I will know at all times where my mom is at. So I couldn't imagine. I was like, thank you, God, that I never had to face this. I live in a world without my mom, but I know where she's at and she's safe and she's
it is.
happy.
It's terrible. You mind? I used to phone my mum. She didn't answer. I could go along. We were only 10 minutes away. He'd be right
Hmm.
along there just in case she'd be in the bathroom or something. But it's just a fright, when you
It's
know
so scary.
out on the legs and they're on their own. Oh, it's a absolute torture. It's a nightmare. It really is.
Lizzo
Maybe they are
is,
jealous of their sister's money and they are in it together, Lizzo said.
Liz, I don't put it past, nothing surprises us in the true crime world anymore. And that's what what was his name? There were two new people that came in and chatted with us, and I don't know if they're still here or whatever, but thank you so much. But one of them had said that
Yeah.
maybe they were jealous of their sister's fame. And it just could be, right?
You just don't know.
Oh,
Just don't know. It is. I mean, because it's happened so many times, and
it's
you
just the
know,
saddest thing that our elderly are so dispensable. You know what I
didn't you
mean?
say
For
this
money.
to me, Lee, when I said, "Well, how would that warehouse?" And you said because forget what you said to me now. Something about say, for instance, if it was something like that, the other daughter, the
Mhm.
daughter with the she
Annie.
she be that she knows she's dead, and they'll
Mhm.
get the money.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, explain that because I forgot what you said.
Well, Barbara and I were talking about it in Discord with all y'all when you were asking us, I don't understand why her daughter would kill her. Why would they just kill her? And we were trying to make you
Oh, yeah,
understand
yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
you're
over
right.
inheritance. It's
Yeah,
over inheritance. Now, listen, if we already knew, and I just missed it about the watch already being known out there, then I'm back to thinking that these
warehouse.
notes are a red herring to get them to get it off of the family.
Yeah,
That's what I think. And even if they're not, the family very well could have put those in there just to get them off the family as well. But
so many.
until I hear something otherwise, I think Savannah got a note.
You think, don't you, in the email that she never knew
I
she
think
had
she
in the
got
spam
one,
folder?
or her job got one. Why in the world would you email TMZ and not email the Today Show?
Yeah,
Just curious.
yeah, and email the daughter first, like you
Yeah.
say. Could be
Mhm.
in a spam folder and she's discovered it, and then the police could have said, "Have you checked your emails? Have you had anything?" Like Leonie said, and because I know I get loads, and I say,
Me
"I'm
too.
waiting on an email and it hasn't turned up." And Alex says, "Go and check your spam folder." Sure enough, they're in the spam folder.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I think that's a really good theory that you've put there, Lee, out there, because I haven't heard that anywhere, and I've heard most of them. But I think that's a big one. I think that could have happened.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stick with it and see what happens. I'm going to hold my guns till it happens. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be wrong. I really don't care. I just want it solved. I
Yeah.
will say, Maggie, we talked about this too, that I don't know if anybody else is shocked, but I am really shocked that it's taken this long. Are you guys shocked? I really thought that they would get him quicker than this.
There's loads of things they were told. A bit puzzling. I don't know what's going on. My mind's everywhere. Is
I
anyone
really
getting up
thought.
anyway?
All right, guys. Well, then we're going to end it. Nobody wants to come up. That's fine. We got this. I appreciate you guys being here. Maggie, thank you for helping me out here and for doing the research with me and racking my brain and me racking yours and let me jump
Man, it's
around.
been good. I really enjoy it. What people think, and which is why I suggested this. I mean, your ones have been rattling in my brain all day until that happened with Jesse, because I am interested in what other people think. I'm not in
Mhm.
my own thoughts and just cut off and think, no, no, no.
Me
You
too.
know, I'm open to, I do question things all the time. I could think of it completely different tomorrow. Like, do you know what I mean? When
Yep,
you hear new
that's right.
things. So, listen, you American Leonie, so you better message me so I've got something to wake up to in the morning to find
I
out
will.
about Nancy Guthrie. Anything happens, I'll kill you.
Yep, absolutely. I
That's
sure
not a
will.
threat, guys, on YouTube. I'm only kidding. It's just a figure of speech here in Liverpool. I'm not going to kill her. Well, it's
Hey,
just a
lunch.
saying.
She wants to kill me. I want to kill her too. Can we real quick do our thing, Maggie, before we get off, in case I do not go live tonight or tomorrow? Can we sing happy birthday to Dot?
Oh, yeah. I'm
Dot's
gone.
birthday is tomorrow.
Oh,
All right,
lots
Dot,
of
get ready. Get
birthdays.
ready. Only special people
Everybody's.
get this from me and Max. We're going on the road
Yeah.
with it, though.
I'll put your birthday
We're going to
cake
put a
up. Can you
recording on.
see it?
There's your birthday
Swirling
cake.
in the corner. Happy birthday to you.
To
Happy
you.
birthday to you.
To
Happy
you.
birthday, dear Dot.
Dear Dot.
Happy birthday to you.
You.
Hip hip
Hooray!
hooray! Hip hip
Hooray!
hooray! Hip
Happy
hip
birthday, Dot. Hooray!
hooray! Happy birthday, Joss.
Woo!
Hope you have a good one, Gail.
We love you. All right, guys, that does it for us. We appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate the chat scrolling. Appreciate those that we don't know we're here. Those that we do know we're here. Y'all do us a favor. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. Last one in. Turn off the lights. All right. Maggie, I love you.
Love you too, Lee. See you soon. Try it, everyone. Have a good day. And Lizzo, have a good night, Gail. Speak to you soon, Lizzo. If you hear anything, let me know. Anyone, let me know. Love you all. Happy birthday, Joss. Bye, Lee.
Tra. All right, guys, that's it for us. Thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it so much. We'll talk to you next time. Y'all be good or be good at it. Thanks for being here. Bye.